Hello, this is Alexander McCauley with Faces of Truth again. Today we're going to have a little fun instead of examining world affairs. According to the news, today is actually the 15th anniversary of Neil Armstrong's landing on the moon. We still have naysayers that believe that it didn't happen. Well, I'd like to touch a few points that they make against our being able to go to the moon today, and I thought it would be a little bit of fun seeing that it is the anniversary of our greatest victory, the victory over the gravitational force. One of the primary arguments they make against our going to the moon was that you can't get off Earth without getting toasted by radiation. Well, the thing is, our Earth has this field called the Van Allen belt, which is basically a deflector shield generated by the quartz crystals inside the Earth, being tugged on by our nearest celestial cousin, the moon. The moon is literally part of the generator that makes up that powers the deflector shield of Earth that protects us. The naysayers call the Van Allen belt the Van Allen radiation belt. The radiation is what the Van Allen belt protects us from. Now, when you look at the Earth is remarkably like one large comet with an atmosphere. And our Van Allen belt trails out further behind the Earth than it does in front of the Earth. In front of the Earth, it's actually closer to the planet, whereas behind the Earth, it spans the distance between the Earth and the moon. So, Apollo 11, the Apollo spacecrafts didn't have significant shielding because, and there's video evidence of this, the missions were flown in the shadow of the Earth. In other words, our Earth's geomagnetic tail that faces away from the sun. There was never a launch done that wasn't within that geomagnetic shield tail, that Van Allen belt tail. Once they get outside of the Earth's magnetic field, the average radiation count in our solar system is approximately the same as the radiation count within a microwave oven while it's on. In order to shield ourselves from the radiation in the microwave oven while it's functioning, but also have a transparent door so we can watch our food, all we put in the way is a metal grid. So it's a sheet of metal with holes in it. That's all we need to protect ourselves from the radiation inside the box of a microwave. So, a spacecraft built out of metal would do just fine for shielding you traversing the distance between two planets. However, it's getting out of one planet's magnetic field. The magnetic field was detected originally by a man named Van Allen. That's why it was originally called the Van Allen belt. Anyway, it's basically just a deflector shield that protects us from radiation being produced by the sun and by the galactic center. So now we've finished that. The flag, allegedly it waved. I've watched the films. I see it there. I see it all the way out, and I say, that flag isn't waving. Inertia still applies, even in microgravity, or 1/6 gravity, or if there's not an atmosphere. But the flag's sticking up. Come to find out, they had a wire at the top of the flag to hold it out. And when they drove it into the ground, it's not driven into the ground anymore because they couldn't pound it deep enough for one reason or another. The gyration was actually causing the bottom, which was free hanging, the gyration of the pole was causing the bottom of the flag to wave because of the vibration. Inertia applies in all places in space, including without an atmosphere or gravity. 3, they indicate that the films were slowed down to make it appear that that gravity was less. It's true if you speed it up, the astronauts appear to be moving faster, about the same speed as they would be on Earth. And they don't fall, they fall about the same speed as they would on Earth. But this is the thing. Really, if gravity is less and you don't have an atmosphere, would you fall faster or slower with the film going real time? The thing is, gravity pulls you toward a body at the same rate no matter how much there is. If there is no atmosphere dragging on you, then a lighter gravity is not going to cause you to fall any differently than you would on your home world, whether the gravity is more or less. However, you'd have a lot less ability to overcome the gravity on a higher gravity world, and you'd have a lot more ability to overcome gravity on a lower gravity world. So you'd be able to jump higher, but you'd fall as fast. With less of a consequence. Now the catalogued stones on the Apollo missions, they were told to collect stones and catalog them for study back here on Earth after they brought them home. This happened on every mission. They collected way too many samples and had to throw some back after they had cataloged them. These stones were caught in frames in the frames, and flat earthers and we didn't go to the mooners use it to show that it had to be fake, because they must have gotten moon rocks from a set a set set library, or a prop library. Not the case. They were sent there to take samples. They took too many. They had to throw off enough to get home. And afterwards, during the couldn't take, they would catch catalog numbers, because they cataloged the rocks. In transit between the moon and Earth, there was never a fully lit Earth photographed. It was always mostly dark with a crescent with almost a crescent on its limb. So this proves that they were using that Van Allen belt as a shield to go to the moon, to protect them from the excessive concentration of radiation around the Earth, that compressed by the Van Allen deflector shield around our Earth. The cataloged stones were stones they cataloged and then had to get rid of, because they couldn't come home if they had kept them. And the flag was merely responding to the laws of physics that are present on every body and in the void in space. The men themselves were responding the same way. Gravity, you fall according to gravity the same way that you would fall on in any other gravitational force. The only difference in a lesser gravitational field is that you have the strength to overcome it better if it's less, and you don't have the strength to overcome it if it's more than what you're used to. You could get crushed by it in that case. And I hope you really enjoyed this. Thank you very much. If you want to see more of this type of content, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.